Y'all, whose kids are these? Whose kids are these? Erika Kirk provided this as proof of where she was September 9th.
So you remember I told you that Daddy was working with his friends from heaven to send you presents every day so you always know you're loved? See?
This is Sesame Street.
It
I love
is.
Sesame Street.
I know, it's Sesame Street, but all these are for you, baby.
So now that Charlie Kirk's parents finally have evidence that backs up everything they had been worried about regarding Erika, things have taken a serious turn. According to reports, Erika has allegedly stopped them from seeing the kids.
We have to do something now, before it's too late. I understand the gravity of the situation.
And may even be preparing to file for a protective order against them. If you've been following the ongoing Charlie Kirk situation, then you already know there have been long-running questions about whether Charlie was actually the biological father of the children he had with Erika.
One of Charlie Kirk's children is not his.
This wasn't something his parents suddenly started thinking about. They had their doubts for a long time and always believed that a DNA test would eventually prove what they suspected. What they never saw coming, though, was Erika cutting them off completely before they could even sit down and confront her. Instead of allowing that conversation to happen, she allegedly shut the door entirely, and now Charlie's parents are taking the issue to court because they are not willing to let Erika control the story or walk away with the final word. So the big question everyone is asking right now is this: did Erika always plan to shut Charlie's parents out? Or is she trying to hide something even bigger? For months, people online have been demanding that Charlie's parents push for a DNA test involving the kids. At first, many felt that was going too far. After all, Erika was a grieving widow, and asking for something like that seemed harsh and unnecessary. But over time, Erika's behavior started raising more and more eyebrows, and eventually, Charlie's parents were forced to face a reality they had been avoiding for a long time. According to insiders, that's when they began seriously pushing for the DNA test. There's a difference between a widow slowly moving forward after a tragic loss and what Erika was doing. She launched what many people now describe as a full-scale grief tour. It included fireworks, pyrotechnics, music, media appearances, and press stops. To many observers, it didn't look like mourning. It looked more like a celebration. For Charlie's parents, this wasn't just uncomfortable to watch. It felt deeply disrespectful to Charlie's memory. It also felt personal, like a slap in the face. It was as if Erika forgot that Charlie left behind parents, family, and people who had known and loved him far longer than she had.
I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband, that was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line, and I remember looking behind me, and in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. And I told my mom, this guy looks so familiar, and as a typical mother, she said, go and say hi. No. We were late for our flight, and I'm not going to come off like a crazy person with that's just weird. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence. Now, did we know that? No, not until we were like 3 months into our relationship and looking at times.
They had to sit back and watch as she put on what looked like a carefully staged performance, one that seemed more focused on setting herself up for the next chapter of her career than honoring Charlie or the work he dedicated his life to. But what truly bothered them the most was how Erika handled the kids. She didn't slow down.
He's done eating, and he just looked at me and he goes, I'm not going to hire you. And I said, I did not need the job. I said, I was fine with consulting with you guys if you needed anything with regard to help. I have plenty of things going on in New York City. He said, I'm going to date you.
She didn't pause her schedule. She didn't stay behind to help them process an enormous loss at such a young age. According to insiders, she quickly handed them off to a group of nannies and hit the road. And she did it so fast that Charlie's parents couldn't help but ask a question they never wanted to think about. Is Erika acting this way because the kids didn't actually lose their real father? And is that father still present in their lives? Before we continue, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments which city you're watching from. Your support really helps keep this conversation going.
And that was until I hosted the first Trump rally in Trump rally history right here in Arizona in 2015. I got a call. I got a call from Miss Erika Kirk, Miss Arizona 2012. I just want to help, she said. So naturally, I put her right behind the president at that first rally.
This is where things start getting even more complicated. Over the last few years, information has come out that helps explain why Charlie's parents felt the DNA test was absolutely necessary. If you've been paying attention, then you already know that Erika has admitted, more than once, that she created a completely fake backstory to make herself look like the perfect partner for Charlie. This isn't speculation. These are things she herself has confirmed during different moments when her story slipped. And it wasn't just about hiding her past as a model or reality TV personality. It also involved how she claimed to have met Charlie in the first place. Over the years, Erika has told multiple versions of that story. In one version, she said she accidentally met Charlie while standing in line at an airport with her mother. In another version, Erika claimed she was introduced to Charlie by Tyler Bohr, the current coup of TPUSA, who allegedly wanted to set her up for a job interview with him. She said all of this happened sometime between 2018 and 2019. However, publicly available information suggests something very different. There's strong evidence that Erika may have known who Charlie was as far back as 2015. Even if he didn't know her personally at the time, the reason this matters is because Erika already knew Tyler Bohr during that earlier period. That connection alone makes her later stories harder to believe. On top of that, Erika's ex, Cat Phillips, who she was in a serious relationship with, also knew Charlie. There are photos of Cat and Charlie hanging out and playing basketball together. Because of that, the idea that Erika randomly crossed paths with Charlie years later through some chance meeting never really made sense. Unfortunately, many of these lies didn't start coming out until after Charlie passed away. By that point, his parents had moved from simply feeling uneasy about Erika to wondering what else she might be hiding if she was willing to invent an entire story just to get close to their son. But what finally pushed them over the edge was something they could no longer ignore. As many people now know, Erika had been involved in multiple relationships before marrying Charlie. Despite claiming he was the first man she ever dated, one of those relationships was with professional baseball player Tyler J.T. Massey. By all appearances, Erika was deeply involved with him. She publicly referred to him as her favorite person, her best friend, and her incredible boyfriend. In an interview with Arizona Foothills magazine, engagement-style photos of Erika and JT went viral. Many people believed they were headed toward marriage before the relationship ended. What shocked Charlie's parents even more was a resurfaced video of Erika and JT at a Trump rally, standing next to a young girl who looked almost identical to JT. Naturally, this sparked rumors that Erika may have already had another family before getting involved with Charlie. Even if that wasn't the case, it still didn't explain how Erika went from openly dating one ex to being involved with another, and then getting engaged to Charlie all within about a year. That other ex was Cat Phillips, who later became an important figure within TPUSA. Cat's background, family connections, and political ties have fueled long-standing rumors, including claims that he may have been involved in a plot against Charlie. The biggest red flag, however, is that less than a year before Erika and Charlie got engaged, Cat was posting photos of himself and Erika going on painting dates, clearly confirming they were still together at that time. Things became even harder to ignore when people noticed that around the same time, Erika and Charlie welcomed their first child. Cat also announced that he had welcomed a baby. Once that connection was made, the calls for a DNA test grew louder. Interestingly, insiders say Erika didn't fight the DNA request. She has never publicly answered questions about whether the kids are biologically Charlie's. But she also didn't show outrage or shock when his parents demanded the truth. That silence has led many to believe she expected this moment all along. Meanwhile, even Erika's most loyal supporters are starting to pull back. These are the same people who once defended her decisions and excused her absence from her kids' lives during the grief tour. Now, many of them are openly questioning her behavior. Critical comments calling her out have gone viral, and memes accusing her of manipulation are reaching millions of views within hours. Erika may try to ignore it, but the sympathy she once received simply for being Charlie's wife is fading fast, and here's where everything takes a dramatic turn. Instead of stepping back, reflecting, or trying to repair the damage, Erika has allegedly doubled down. She has continued the grief tour and has reportedly cut Charlie's parents off completely. They are no longer allowed to see the kids. No overnight visits. No outings. Not even brief check-ins. According to insiders, this was the final breaking point. Charlie's parents are no longer trying to talk things out. They are taking Erika to court. And once this becomes a legal matter, the outcome is impossible to predict. Will Erika lose custody of the kids permanently? Or will she somehow manage to escape accountability once again, leaving Charlie's parents devastated? One thing is certain. Cutting off Charlie's parents didn't make the DNA questions disappear. It didn't erase the doubts. It only confirmed that Erika never intended for this situation to end quietly. Charlie's parents are no longer just grieving. They are fighting. And once this reaches a courtroom, Erika won't be able to control the story the way she has online. There will be no filters, no staged appearances, and no carefully managed silence. Custody cases aren't about image or sympathy. They're about documents, timelines, and facts. And if the wrong name appears where Charlie should have been, this stops being internet drama and becomes something permanent.